Trump's polling numbers and approval ratings are only getting worse. And after yesterday, as the markets reeled from the day before when they crashed nearly 900 points based on Donald Trump putting into effect the tariffs against our allies, our neighbors, Mexico and Canada, it's just going to get worse. It's only going to get worse once Americans really do realize the mistake they've made. Once Americans realize with their pocketbooks that, oh shit, that stuff that I used to buy that I just thought was maybe American, that was manufactured in Canada. It's now more expensive. That stuff that I bought that was manufactured in Mexico, oopsie, I guess I screwed myself with my Donald Trump vote. It's going to cost me more. And not just me, but everybody else who lives in America and tries to enjoy things at a reasonable cost. And now because of Donald Trump, this is the case. And we are witnessing in real time what is taking place relative to Donald Trump's approval rating. Watch Harry Enten. He's the statistics guy. He used to work for 538 with Nate Silver. Think what you will about that. Now he's at CNN. He's their data analyst, their poll analyst. And he really says it best about what is taking place right now and puts it into a historical lens, which is always good to understand that we're not just living in this moment. We can compare it against other presidents at this particular time. Watch this.
And we're going to look at presidents at this point in their presidency, right? And the word here that I would use to describe Trump is awful. In fact, the only person who does worse than Trump does right now with a +1 net approval rating is himself back in 2017 when he was at -8. So he's doing better than he was.
I was going to say, you could put it another way. He's making gains.
He's making gains, but he's doing worse than everybody else. The average president at this point, get this, plus 27 points on their net approval rating. Donald Trump is doing historically awful. The only person he beats is, again, himself from term number 1.
How about on the issue that, one, he says he was most elected to fix, and he said he would do it on day one, which would be the economy.
On the economy. Well, he beat himself on overall, but on the economy, he can't even beat himself. Again, this is historically the worst going back in polling at this point in a presidency, the net approval rating on the economy. He's right now at -4 points. In term number 1, he was at +8 points. Historically, the average is +15 points. He is doing nearly 20 points worse than the average president when it comes to the economy on net approval rating. He is historically doing awful, awful, awful. Weak. And on the issue on which he was elected to, of course, fix, he is doing historically awful. This is not good. If this number holds, you can guarantee his overall approval rating will go down, and it could take his entire presidency with him.
And this also now can change very quickly because of tariffs. I mean, you have a lot of mixed reaction coming in from especially amongst Republicans on what these tariffs are really going to mean. I mean, can these tariffs help the president?
I don't think they're going to help the president, at least in the near term. And the reason why is simply put, look at the opposition. Americans oppose tariffs on Canada. Look at this. You got nearly 2/3 of the country opposing it on Canada, 64%. How about on Mexico? Nearly 3/5 of the country at 59%. We're already dealing with a president who, what we're having is the economy bringing him down. These tariffs, in my mind, will only bring him down further. Again, historically awful on the economy at this point, and the tariffs, I think, will only lead to further deterioration, Kate Baldwin.
If prices go up, that is not the direction that Americans elected him to push them.
Americans don't like the idea of prices going up. That leads to approval ratings going down.
And Harry Enten getting exercise on live TV.
One, it's not the economy who's bringing him down. It's himself. It's his policies that are bringing him down. And just wait until prices begin to rise, and they're rising, and people start to be impacted in their pocketbooks when their checking accounts are dwindling because of the purchases they've made that are a direct result of Donald Trump's tariff policy. Once that happens, these numbers, what did he say? That Trump is doing virtually about 20 points worse than a normal president at this juncture in their presidency. 20 points worse. He's doing like 12 points worse than he did in the first term. Once people realize, oh shit, this is a real deal. Once they start understanding how tariffs work and understanding that Donald Trump, one, has no idea how they actually work, and that they were wrong to listen to the guy who has no idea how they work, it's going to get worse. It's going to get worse for Donald Trump. It's going to get worse for the Republican Party. And I want you to hold on to this. Remind your neighbors and your coworkers and your family and your friends and your acquaintances exactly what the cause of this is, because it will drive, hopefully, Donald Trump and the Republican Party, the people who actually give him advice, to make some changes here, to reverse course. Now, I think that's unlikely. I think Donald Trump is just so stupid, just so hard-headed, just so dead set on destroying what we have here that nothing will dissuade him, but it's worth a try. Anyway, what do you think? I'd love your opinion on this. Where are you related to Donald Trump and his approval rating? Are you an approver or a disapprover? You can comment below. I would encourage that. It'll help the algorithm to share this content with new possible subscribers who can join the movement, join the family, join the community. I would appreciate that very much. You can call the voicemail line, 714-576-4054. And of course, as always, you can email me daily at Dollemore.com. Please consider supporting this work that I do in independent media. If you've got an extra $2 laying around that you wouldn't mind throwing out the window, why don't you throw it my way? Become a channel member. Click the join button below for $1.99 a month, or even better, because they take way less of a cut, Patreon. You can go to patreon.com/IDoubtIt podcast. I'm on the social media just about everywhere. Not on Nazi Twitter, but everywhere else. Less active some places than others, but Blue Sky mainly. I'm at Dollemore. I'd love to see you there. And big deal. We'll see you next time. Be genuine. Take care of one another.